You would see someone that, who came out of school with like a BSc certificate, first class, and there was actually nothing to show for it.
You look at yourself. What do I want to do? You now say, people are doing private chef now. Let me also go and do private chef. At the end of the day, you start to do private chef. Where are you doing private chef? Where's the target audience? How many people do you guys want to service?
The only thing I would even allow my child to emulate from this boy fella is the fact that he's hardworking and he has passion for a skill. Let's be honest. I tried it, I cannot cope. It's not easy.
I think the topic we'll be discussing today is a very general one, and it's a very disturbing one that has to be, discussed. And no other topic than Olodo Uprising. Are we celebrating ignorance or redefining success? Just for a little introduction, we have to, we don't want to just argue blindly. We want us to, bring our points out constructively so that people can learn from whatever you are discussing here. From my side, the first question is, what is Olodo? What is success? Olodo is to me is a Yoruba language. It's not an so in Yoruba, Olodo means somebody that doesn't know something. It doesn't mean you can be a carpenter and they are teaching you that carpentry work and you didn't know it. They will call you Olodo. From my side, you can't be perfect in all. You can be, less in the other one, and you can be upright in the other side. So for me, when we talk about that issue was actually not handled properly. We have a very present issue in the country now, where we have our young ones, they don't really value education anymore. They don't see reason why they should go to school. Even the ones that go to school, they are just going for the certificate's sake. It's not like they are going to make anything special out of it. But the question is, whatever we are doing, that education is very important. What type of education are we talking about? That formal education. Because to me, when we say we have other means of getting money these days, you can be a streamer, you can be content creator, you can be all this. But the question is, some of the platforms we use for all these things, where are they from? They are not being developed by aliens or maybe from the olden days. These are works that people build on right from the time of Stone Age. We start having innovations from desktop computer to laptop to phones. So some people wrote those applications that we are using now to make money. What if there was nobody to write those applications? Are we still going to have to be discussing this issue? There won't be anything like content creating. Maybe you can be a comedian though. You have to go to cinemas. People have to come and not anybody checking online for anything. So from my side, I think this is a very important topic we have to discuss so that we understand what do you mean by Olodo and how it affects us, how it affects our educational standard. Me, I still reserve my own comments because I have people that I have to blame for this. Because this has a root. There is no flame without a fire. When you have a philosophy which is prevention is better than cure, when you fail to do the needful, be expecting the other side of it. Thank you very much. We'll be engaging some other members of the house to discuss this issue. Thank you.
Often use that education is a scam. You know why it's mostly used? I think it's because there's actually no evidence to show for people that are actually educated. You would see someone that, who came out of school with like a BSc certificate, first class, and there was actually nothing to show for it. You would see them even being employed by someone that even barely. Because at the end of the day, like we said it still boils down to our government. They're really not trying. Gone are the days when you come out from school and there's a job for you always. You understand? There's a job for you, but now there is no job. There is no job. You will see a graduate selling bag. It's not a bad thing to sell bag. Actually, it's not a bad thing to be an entrepreneur though. But if you ask that person, that is actually not what the person really wants to do. It's just because there's no other options. You understand? There are no jobs opportunity, nothing. So what's now the reason for even wanting to go to school? Because now my child will say, "Hey, mommy, but look at that person now, the graduate. What is there? She's selling this one. She's selling." You understand? So it's not really encouraging. Unlike our parents' days. Our parents' days, the ones that go to school, you can clearly see That's why our parents will use all their money, the money they have in their account, to make sure that they send their children to school, because you can clearly see that, look at Lagbaja, look at I don't want you to be like this and all that. But now you can see the ones that are not even educated are even the ones that are even doing very, 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 very well. So that is why, to those that are even going to school, it is also I usually advise people, education is very, very good. However, also learn a skill.
Yes.
Also learn a skill. Like me, if you had asked me 8 years ago that what do you wish to become, I won't tell you I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't like it. I say it every day. I don't like doing what I do. It's not what I study international relations now. I don't like doing what I, but I said, is there a job? I was without job for 2 to 3 years. I didn't know, what did I do? I learned something. So you just have to learn something at the end of the day. That is my own advice and my own contribution to this.
This same thing, I'm still repeating the same thing. We people are diverting from this Olodo uprising because you are taking it to the aspect of wealth, like their end result. Normally, we're not talking about their result, what they bring to the society, what they give to the society. We are talking about the society itself, like the offspring we are bringing up. Like this, their Olodo uprising, is it good to the offspring or it is bad? We're not talking about the money that they are making or the things that they are making. Yes, the influence that they are giving to the youth coming, the society.
Found itself this way. It is actually not the fault of any individual. And the earlier we move towards this new path, the better. And the reason why it's actually a worry for everybody is because we have almost 70% of our youth as on serious. When the former president Buhari said that Nigerian youth are lazy, they were kicking against the man that, what do you mean we are lazy? And to be very honest with you, if you look at Monday mornings in Lagos, you see people waking up as early as 5 to do what? To go and work. Can you call somebody like that lazy? No. But to be very honest with you, most of us are doing the wrong thing. Most of us are doing the wrong thing. Before you can be able to find your grip in Nigeria, you would have you've done so many things, like 5 years. You wasted 5 years of your life. And that is because most of us do not really have a particular skill that we want to hold on to. And now, that is the major reason why I mentioned finding opportunity. This Pella guy and other streamers were able to find their opportunity and they maximize it. You look at yourself, what do I want to do? You now say, people are doing private chef now. Let me also go and do private chef. At the end of the day, you start to do private chef. Where have you doing private chef? Where's the target audience? How many people do you guys want to service? I'm not going. So because I see that the private chef thing is what the private chef. I see that the private chef thing is what people are now moving towards. Now everybody wants to be a private chef. So the Olodo thing is not even about. It is about you maximizing opportunity, whether you go to school or not, whether you do not go to school or not. You have to be able to maximize your opportunity. What kind of skill do you also want to grab that you will make sure that in the next 5 to 10 years, you have a target audience that you want to service? If you are doing what you are doing right now, and you look at yourself in the next 5 to 10 years, how many people are still going to be patronizing me? And you can't be able to phantom the answer. Just change that business and go and do what? And go and start another business. That is my advice for you.
Okay. So like K have rightly said, he has pointed out some few things that yes, is not off the line, which is a fact. But at the same time, I think that Olodo Uprising, the way this guy mentioned it that day, it was out of the mindset of something a little bit worrying and different. So our society generally, if you look at things, a lot of the times what is being really promoted or the algorithms that you see that really goes far on your social medias are something not very, very educational, maybe something all this, random, things. And as a result of that, a lot of people do not take certain things very seriously. And I think that is also what is affecting the society. People are more tuned to, things that are general. That's why you see people like Pella now and the likes making news and making waves. But there's also a problem to it if you look at it, especially in a kind of country like Nigeria, whereby we've not achieved so many things. When have people that we are more tuned to all these kind of things, whereby you should be tuned to more, educational things, more inspiring things, more things that could actually make you better or wake up the mind. Now, America is where they are over the years. We cannot be comparing ourselves to them. We have not made our own self who we should be, right? We've not even identified ourselves a lot in Nigeria. And we want to be copying some other people. These people are going really, really far. Our mindset, most times when we go to school, we are going to school because they want to teach us something. But school basically is not for you to just go and learn something and then do copy and paste. You're supposed to learn, take it in, and then give a version of what you understand about what you studied. I don't know if I'm making sense. Not they give you this, you just read this, and then you are giving it back, which is what we do in Nigeria. We are like a blueprint. We take copy and paste, rather than I take it in, I understand it, I digest it, and I interpret it in my own. That's why you can have people coming up with different ideas from different angles. But here in Nigeria, we're more one side. Now, they teach me like this for school with this. Now, so I go take, give and back. And that's where I think that's the problem is. So I think when YC was mentioning that thing that day about Olodo Uprising, I kind of understood, yes, it's obviously going to cause a lot of back and forth. People will say different things. Everybody will have their own point of view, which is fair. But I kind of understand where he was heading to. So I think I just add that, and that's for me. Thank you.
But this generation, these days, what we are seeing is people are celebrating success and they are not focused on how that money is gotten. And that will bring us to celebrating ignorance. And that is just bitter truth. Because if this generation that we are right now becomes president tomorrow, Tinubu is doing well.
I'm telling you, Tinubu is on point.
Let's face reality. I'm telling the truth. If this generation that we are breeding right now becomes president, we'll give Tinubu some accolades. We'll give him his flowers.
Never.
Huh? No. Please, let's not digress. But what I'm trying to say is that we are raising a generation that does not have foundation. Yeah. That's my point. The foundation that is destroying problem. We are raising a generation that does not have foundation, and any little shaking, they will fall. Let me go to the Bible a bit. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to sound churchy here. Apologies to Muslim, but I think it's the same thing in the Quran. I've not read the Quran. If a foundation of a thing is not sure, when rain falls, when some brimstone comes around, thunder comes, it will scatter it. That's the kind of generation we're raising now. Young boys going to millions. I celebrate, I appreciate them, but my question is, what is your source? Lately, we are celebrating Yahoo. You know this guy is doing Yahoo. No. That's not an excuse, my love.
No, as a parent,
I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, sir. That's not an excuse, sir. Was there no poverty in 1980s? Was there no poverty in 1970s? There were poverty, sir.
But the pressure was one thing I did.
And there was pressure
then. Okay. Regarding the Olodo Uprising, I think where the problem started from is Kay actually said, what's the meaning of Olodo? And when I googled it the last time, Olodo means someone that is not academically sound. That is exactly the meaning of the Olodo. Then we talk of success. What exactly is the definition of success? It's something that has to do with probably you're doing something that is giving you a reward, probably monetary reward, and that's what success means. So if you're looking from this angle where YC mentioned it, Pella is into entertainment. When it comes to Nigeria, for a fact, we are based into like, if you're not a graduate, you are not entitled to success. But let's be frank with ourselves. If you look at other countries, it's not, most of them don't even go to university. Sometimes when they get to college, they come out, they go into skills. And that's why I think Nigeria is missing it. It's good for you to have the certificate. It's good for you to have PhD. But we're having graduates and people that come out with PhD without anything upstairs. You are taught the theoretical aspect in school. When you come back to the world, it's the practical aspect. And you see a graduate that can't even do something whereby someone that has studied fashion designing, for example, on the field for 4 years, and you have gone into the school to spend 4 years to learn that thing, I can bet it with you when they put the two of them together, because the person on the field has learned a lot, she's better, or he or she is better than the person that was in school. So I think that's where we are mixing, and Nigeria still has to work on. It's good to go to school, because even if you have to sell this tomato of a thing, you need education. But let's also, while getting that formal or that British education, let's get the practical side. Let's train these people. Pella as one, I can't call Pella Olodo. You know why? He's into entertainment. And an average person, someone like me, I don't go into social media before. But let's look at Nigeria's situation. I've gone to work from morning to evening. I'm on the system working. When I come home, I don't want to watch a film that is horror movie. I don't want to watch something that will task my brain also. I want something that will make that brain relax within 5-10 minutes to refresh my brain back. So why would I go to Pella's page or whoever is having comedy to relieve me? That's his own skill, and he's making money from it. So from, if you look at the both side and every other thing, there's nothing like Olodo. They are doing it and they are making, because they are actually helping some other people. Let's not form the idea of saying because I'm not a technical person, I'm not on the system, then you now kind of commonize them. Even the littlest is, they are called talent, for crying out loud. If Pella gets there, he does not know how to speak English. Please, for crying out loud, is English our main language? If I come out and speak in Yoruba, as far as I'm communicating to that person, that is communication. So I think at this point, I just want to say it's a change of kind of, it's another way of success that we are seeing in this tenure now. It's another era. Is the Gen Z and the Gen Z era. It's not like the old one that we are coming from. And the people that the millennial and every,
Let me ask you a question. Now, sorry. Okay, now fair enough. Sorry for interjecting or interrupting what you were saying. Okay, fair enough. Now you said yes, someone like Pella is good for the entertainment, which is not bad. But would you like your kids to be watching or to be use Pella as your mentor?
no, let me explain it to you. No, it depends. If see, before I can, okay, before I can allow my kids. No, hold on.
Don't forget. What you are kind of taking into, you are also leaving something behind for
the
the
kids.
younger generations as well.
Yes.
It's not just about you now. Fair enough, you like it, you find it funny and all of that. But what about your kids? How do you feel when someone like Pella goes to your children's school to go and motivate them?
Okay. From that angle, so let me okay. See, let me explain. He's successful because of what he does.
And to me, I prefer being successful than being academic excellence. Pella is successful, so me, I prefer like being successful. I would prefer my kids to be like Pella because he's successful than them being academically excellent and not having anything to their name.
Let me explain.
Yes.
Let me explain why I wouldn't make him the full mentor without training.
They will not be my kids'
First
mentor.
of all, my children will be trained academically, but I don't want them to be just that one, this rigid something. I want them to see the other side of Pella also. And if I have to train them, I make them understand the cons and the don'ts. When you're listening to Pella, it's not like when, because I had the formal education, I can see where he makes some mistakes, and I wouldn't want my children to follow that. So if they have the right training, the right foundation academically, they are able to distinguish between what they should take and what they should not take. So for you to say it's not difficult, it depends on the foundation you've given to them.
People stick in their mind. Kids especially.
That's why it's the foundation you've given to the children from the beginning.
Let me say something. You know this Olodo Uprising, I don't think maybe you really understand that Olodo Uprising. That Olodo Uprising is in two ways. A graduate can also be an Olodo Uprising.
Yes.
Likewise, somebody that did not go to school.
Yes.
See, what that uprising simply means, somebody that is like a public figure, that is an Olodo again. So that's what is Olodo Uprising. It's not just Olodo there. You are an Olodo and you are like a public figure. People are seeing you. You are just like a reflection. So anything you are doing, you are telling me that you like the success part of this thing. You know, when you see people that are going back and you feel these people, they are educated, they are the Olodo part. If you don't know, you cannot see somebody that has channel, that has a structure, that has a niche, that went to school, that is going back. You can't. See, but when you are seeing seeing a pure Olodo is visible. You know, social media now, any little thing that makes people laugh, you trend. You can just be in your house and just do one funny thing. You just see it glues off. But the thing there is that what we are trying to say is that this Olodo uprising, they are like affecting this our young generation coming up. They are making them feel as if school is a sum. Okay, look at Pella now for an example. He came out, he was looking for people. Why didn't he look for people like that to work for him that are Olodos like him? He was looking for PhD. He was looking for graduates. So that means he knows where he was going to.
So to me, that is really that's the problem we are facing. Sorry, that's the problem we are facing now. What's the essence of going to school? You come back. The people that not go to school, they are the one employing you. It doesn't make sense to me.
I think K actually exclusively summarize what we're actually facing, right? So the thing is, I do not really see Bella or any other public figure as an Olodo. If you are able to take charge of your opportunity as a human being, maximize it and use it to your advantage, you are not an Olodo. The little guy has been able to find his talents, right? And he has been able to maximize it to his advantage. I have something that might really be different from what we are saying right now. And to be very honest, it's a personal opinion, right? Because if you are a human being, you should strive and make sure that you are you are on top of your game. The major person, the major character that mentioned the Olodo Uprising is also an Olodo. YC to me is an Olodo. In life, we have different sectors. We have science, we have economics, we have business, we have art and entertainment. As productive as China is, China has streamers, China has entertainers. As productive as China is producing 80% of what the world is consuming. So if China has entertainers and streamers, I don't think laying blames on a Pella in Nigeria is the solution to all your challenges. YC is a musician, is an artist. Is he on top of his game? Has he performed well as an artist? No. He is also an Olodo. And let me tell you something. There are some questions himself. If I have an opportunity to meet with YC, there are some questions that I would ask YC himself. That, do you understand the Nigerian system? Do you understand the Nigerian system? There are some things in Nigeria that as a normal citizen, you are supposed to understand. And that is one of the reasons why we are experiencing bad government in Nigeria. Right? Some guys, I don't want to say some guys, 70% of the youth do not really know how Nigeria setting works. They don't know the kind of government we operate in Nigeria. Some people, when they ask them, they will just say democracy. Some people do not even know that we don't run a federal system of government. We run a presidential system of government. Some people do not know their councillor, their chairman. They don't know their house of assembly in their state. They don't know the house of representative in their state. You don't know who to hold accountable. Do you know that if your road is bad, you can write a letter to your representative? After writing 2 letters, the 3rd letter, you can go to the human rights. You can go to, there are places you can go to report your representatives. Do you know that as a representative of a particular area, you can call back your representative from Abuja or from your state if they are not doing their duty? Most people do not know all these things, right? But we just lay claims. And let me tell you the different categories of people that we have, especially youth in Nigeria. Number one, youth that just wants to go to school and say, okay, I have certificate. Now let me start looking for work. Youth that are already looking for work, that have learned one skill or the other before they graduate. Youth that saw that their friends are into Yahoo, and while they are graduating, they just want to say, let me just buy system and enter Yahoo. Youth that have rich friends, that wants to be following rich friends around. And some other ones that are into arts and entertainment, like people that wants to do comedy, music, and all that. Most of our people do not really have a particular skill or a particular thing that they want to do before graduation. Everybody just wants to graduate. School is not the alpha and omega of what we need in Nigeria. And to be very honest with you, I need to be sincere. It's actually the fault of the government. Our governments are not prioritizing our education. Our syllabus system is very bad. Our education is old aged in Nigeria. Everything regarding our education is just for you to get a certificate. It is not for you to succeed in the labor market at all.